What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jesse Lawless, and today we're going to be working on the car again. What I plan on doing is we're going to try and get the motor back in the car today. I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but I'll just go for it and see how far we get. For the people that are new here and don't know about the car, this is a 2014 Chevrolet Caprice. It's an old retired cop car. Has a bunch of custom work done to it. I basically painted everything on this car. The interior is fully custom. There's a bunch of stuff done to this car. All of the suspension is painted under here, plus the undercarriage is painted as well. If you want to go check that out, there's 2 videos posted on my YouTube of both of those. Definitely go check them out. They're pretty cool. Over here, we have the motor and then my subframe. It's got literally dust on it. I haven't touched this thing in a minute. And then we got a bunch of junk and wrap all over the place. Oh my God. But anyways, this is my subframe right here. We're going to go ahead and try and get the motor on the subframe and get the transmission on the motor. We're basically just gonna put it under the car and then lower the car onto it. Enough of the talk, and I'm ready to get back on this thing. We'll see how far we get. So I basically got this thing on a roll around cart. I'm gonna go ahead and put some 2x4s under this thing and get the motor mount slapped on, and then try and get the engine on the engine hoist and bring it over here and drop it on this thing, and we'll see what we do from there. Check it out too. Look at all the freaking dust and dirt all over this thing from it sitting for so long. I think it's about time we get this thing back in the car. Go ahead and clean this up real quick. Jesus Christ. So here are the motor mounts. They're solid aluminum. I forget what the brand name of them were, but I went ahead and ordered these all the way from Australia. Check out how nice and shiny they are. They're good quality, good mounts. I saw them on a Facebook group for the Caprices. Everybody had good stuff to say about these. So we're gonna go ahead and slap these on and then try and get the motor on the subframe. All right, so I've got a slight problem. Since it's been so long since I touched this thing, I literally can't remember where anything is. I tried my best to organize the bolts as best as I could, but some of them I just didn't. I don't know why, and I don't have a reason why, and I don't have any answers why, but all I know is I need another bolt. I found one of them. I don't know how. It's this bolt right here. It's an original bolt for my old motor mount. These came with bolts as well, but I think the old box got thrown away just because of the amount of time that I've taken on this thing. So I'm gonna run to the hardware store real quick, grab 2 motor mount bolts, and then we'll come right back. And not to mention, I've been looking for this thing for 2 hours, so that's 2 hours down the drain, but whatever. Everything happens for a reason. Let's take a trip. Mission accomplished. It's really quiet in here, so I have to whisper. Let's head back home now. And we're back home. Look at how much I spent on 2 bolts. $14. Holy crap. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I was at the store, both of these bolts were different lengths. Only reason I got them is because they were the last 2 that they had of this size. So I went ahead and threw them in a vise, cut like about 1 inch off of both of them, and then made them even, and then basically just grinded around the threads so they'll screw in. Just for safety precautions, I also threw on a lock washer, just so it really locks onto the motor mount, since this is holding my motor onto the frame. I'm also going to use some handy dandy anti-seize from Jegs. Shout out to Jeg. This stuff is like gold. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of this on the bolts and then get them screwed in. And these basically go on these 2 platforms right here. They got a little nipple hanging off of them, and they go in that slot right there. Bam, bam. All right, I got the motor mounts on. Look at how sweet these things look. Billet aluminum, fully solid. Now we're finally gonna go ahead and try and get the motor on the hoist onto the cradle. Let's get the engine moved over by the hoist. All right, right there. Gonna go ahead and jack this thing up too. And we're going up. Now you guys are probably thinking that this guy is a freaking idiot because he put the engine hoist on backwards. Reason I did that is because it is much easier to put it on from behind rather than going through the front. That just sounds weird. You get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, we got the engine stand off of the engine. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it on the cradle and try and get it in the car. All right, we kind of got it on. It's a little sketchy because the legs aren't wide enough to go around the cart. I don't remember having this problem because it was so freaking long ago, but so I got the nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on right here just so they're on. Same for the other side. I had a hard time getting the holes to line up, but they are lined up and it's on. Nuts are on, so it's not going anywhere. As you can see, the frame did slide a little bit off the cart, so I'm gonna try and let this down and basically try and push it back on. Here it is, guys. I got the motor on the subframe. This is looking freaking sweet, dude. The colors are looking so good the more they come together. Now, I have a ratchet strap on it right here because I kept wanting to lean back. That is because the transmission is not on the motor, and the transmission cross member is not on the car. So that'll do for now. Next thing I'm gonna do is get the transmission over here and try and get it bolted up. I have to go and find my old transmission bolts, and I'm also gonna go ahead and throw my converter on while I'm doing all that. Here's the converter from Circle D. Now this thing's got a 3200 stall, nothing too crazy. Basically just a mild boost converter for this thing since I'm going LSA. This thing is freaking heavy though. Oh my God. Well, I did have a super cool pin, but this thing's obviously smashed. At least I got a sticker. I think this thing will look good right about right there. Nice. Jesus, this thing's dirty too. Everything got dusty up in here. It's like a time machine. Somebody left it all and I'm just putting it back together, but I put it together and I just don't remember what I did with all the bolts. Also, another thing that I do want to point out, I already went ahead and changed my rear main seal. I did all that. I already RTV'd all of this, the oil pan and everything. It's all ready to go. Now we can put the transmission on. All right, I went ahead and threw my flywheel on and I did find my transmission bolts. So next up, all I have to do is put like about a quart of transmission fluid in my converter and then get it on the transmission. And then we'll get it on the motor and see what it's looking like. Nice, fresh, and new. Man, this thing is shiny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, God. Oh. God, this thing is heavy. Man, that thing is heavy. Whew. We're getting somewhere. All right, so I got it mocked up right now. This thing is looking freaking crazy. I'm gonna check the clearance between the flywheel and the converter, see what it's looking like. If I need to, I'll put spacers. If I don't, then I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna go ahead and check that, and then we'll go from there. The gaps look good between the flywheel and the converter, so now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the bolts in and then basically move the motor and transmission underneath the car and then get to lowering it on the motor. Ooh. I think this is the hardest part out of everything. Oh my God. I need one more foot of sliding. Pete, my dad's Chevelle in the back. He just redid everything underneath. Paint, suspension, brakes, all kinds of stuff, plus wheels, and then he painted his stripes. I'll get to that in a different video. But for now, holy crap. I wanted to pull it right here just so I can get some videos and some pictures, just because this is like a one-time deal. This is the only time I plan on having this thing out like this. I'm gonna get some pictures and then we're gonna go ahead and get it under the car and bolted. I am so excited. I cannot explain how long I've been waiting to do this. This is freaking awesome. I thought this day would never come. This thing does not. Oh my God, dude. Wow, this is crazy. Here it is, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and put a shot of the motor when we were just taking it out right now. So rewarding. Holy shit, man. Look at that thing, boy. It's open heart surgery right here. Motor's out the car now. That's what I'm talking about. Holy crap. That was literally this car a few months ago. This is freaking nuts, dude. You know what's crazy is I was planning on only doing a cam and lifters on this thing. And this is what it turned into. So I ended up not being able to do this by myself, obviously. So I got my dad here to help me. He's gonna be watching everything while I'm lowering the car, just to make sure I don't scratch anything, because I would definitely hate to do that right now. I'm gonna try to hook that steer out too, though. We're completely on the ground now. The motor is in. I am so excited to see this thing put together. Holy crap, dude. Next thing that I have to do is get the bolts for the subframe. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt that up and get it all tightened up. And I guess I'll just lift the car up just to see the underneath of it. Oh, and I have to get my transmission bolted to the car as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that. And then I guess I'll pick the video back up tomorrow. I'm gonna get the supercharger and all of that stuff on the motor and see what it all looks like together. It's gonna look freaking sweet. All right, we're back. It is now the next day. Ended it last night around like 11 o'clock. I was tired as hell. So now we're gonna continue. I'm gonna get the bolts put in and go from there. Take some of this, get it all lubed up. All right, we're gonna put this bolt back here. Okay, so for right now, on this side, I have this bolt and this bolt tightened up. I didn't get to tighten the middle one, only because the cart is in the way. Now I'm gonna move on to getting the transmission bolted up so I can lift the car up off of the cart so I can tighten that bolt. I think it is back here. Yep. Here is my transmission cross member. We'll go ahead and throw this on and then get the transmission bolted and lift the car up. Also, another thing that I wanted to point out, this is my transmission mount and this thing is obviously blown out. So check this out. These are supposed to be attached to each other. At some point in time, since it was a cop car, I'm sure it was abused in its life. So this eventually just broke. It pretty much just rubbed against each other and made it all smooth. So this thing is obviously trash, but I forgot to order one, so for right now, I'm gonna throw this thing on, and then later on, I'll go ahead and replace it with a new one. The transmission is now bolted. Now, all I'm gonna do is raise the car up and see what it does. Obviously, I'm gonna be changing these hangers out. These are exhaust hangers. I'm definitely gonna be changing those out because I did paint those. I planned on changing them anyway, so I didn't feel like taking them off, you know. All right. Here we go. We're about to go up, pressing the button. I'm gonna check everything, make sure it's all good. Transmission is bolted in there. It looks pretty good so far. I'm gonna keep raising it up. All right, so now that it is in the air, I can go ahead and tighten the bolt that I couldn't get to right in this middle area right here. And then we'll get it all the way up and see what it's looking like. All right, guys, check it out. We got it in the car. Holy crap, dude. For anyone that's wondering about this transmission pan, I have a brand new transmission pan over there. It's freshly powder coated chrome. Actually, let me show you guys that. Check it out. Here it is. It's obviously got a little bit of dust on it, just like everything else over here. But I went ahead and went with the Camaro Z01 trans pan only because it's a little bit deeper and you can fit some more fluid in there. I was told it's better to run this pan. It just gives the transmission more fluid and keeps it from slipping like the 6L80s tend to do. And also another thing, if anyone is wondering why I painted my oil filter, it's because I'm obviously going to be changing that thing. So I thought I'd just leave it in there so I didn't have to tape up that hole and have oil come out while I'm painting. Other than that, man, this thing is pretty much wrapped up for this weekend. I am beyond excited. I cannot wait to see this thing start to actually come together fully. And I know you guys are waiting as well. I cannot wait to see this thing on the road again. We're getting closer, step by step. Make sure you guys go ahead and like this video. We did a lot in this one. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up with this build and see it when it's finally back on the road again. For now, I think we're just going to wrap the video up. I was planning on getting the supercharger and all that other stuff on, but I'd rather make that its own video just so they're not so long. So make sure you subscribe to see that too. Other than that, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.